There was a lady that came from a family of Vizhnitzer Hasidim, and she went to a lecture of Eli Wiesel, and she introduced herself after the lecture, and she said, "I don't know if you know my father, but he sends regards." Eli Wiesel, hearing her father's name, said, "Remember your father? Did he never tell you that everything I have is a result of him?" He explained that one day, there was a day that was so horrible, even by concentration camp standards. A group of non-Jewish Russians got hold of some rat poison that day. And they said, the Nazis are going to kill us anyway. Why give them the pleasure? And one by one, they lay down ready to eat the poison. Many of the Jews in Buchenwald looked on and they said, they're going to do to us the same thing. And Eli Wiesel said, I also got into the line. Everyone except for your father. He went to the side of the line and he sang Ani Mamim in an old Vizhnitzer tune. And your father's song broke our dark thoughts. Ani Mamim be'emunah shlema. I believe that one day Mashiach will come. There'll be peace. The sun will shine. We'll be once more close in a time of emunah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in His world. One by one we stood next to your father and we sang that song. Please tell your father, I'm here today because of him. Tisha B'Av is a difficult day. Many people in different ways, they feel their whole life is one big Tisha B'Av, a big blur, a sea of tears. But there's something about Tisha B'Av that gives me an energy that just says, leave that sadness, leave that rat poison behind. Get back to that chevra that are singing Ani Mamim. Don't give up. There's a light that will come. Don't be a part of the line that has given up trying to improve their marriage, that feel they're too distant from Hashem, that can't ever find their passion in Avodas Hashem. We can join that circle of Ani Mamim, of hope of a better day. Last week I was at the Kosel, and on one hand, I felt the Churban. There was someone there who was saying Kaddish, and I felt that that Kaddish wasn't just for their personal loss, but it was for the loss that we all have. It was a loss for all the brokenness and sadness in the world. And then I saw a white dove, which reminded me of our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Gemara tells us that Hashem is Menahemes Kiyona, moans each day, wishing for our relationship to be like it once was. There's a bus called the Shekhinah itself is longing for Klal Yisrael. The Tzaddikim, the Maharal and others, they ask, why is the Shekhinah described like a dove? And they say that the dove is unusual amongst the birds. It knows its mate, it's loyal, and will never mate with someone else. Even after the male dies, the dove won't take another. Says Maharal, that Hashem and Klal Yisrael are like a pair of doves. Hashem is longing for us. Hashem is an unbroken connection to us. However far we think we are, Hashem is there, calling, my child, I'm yours and you are mine. Here, even in Golus, He's our Father. How do we know that deeply Hashem is our Father? Because Hashem hasn't built another house. That house is still there waiting for us to live there together again. The reason why we went into Golus is because there's a breakdown in the relationship, a bechia shel chinam. And the tikkun, the nechama will come when our perspective, the way that we feel about Hashem changes. That with all the tsaras, the unanswered questions, the galus that we have been through, Hashem still loves us. He cares for us and only does what's best for us. Tisha B'Av is in Moyed, a time that we get together, to tears of feeling that a closeness, and then we'll be ready for the consolation. Nachamu Nachamu Ami, a time when everything will become clear. On Tisha B'Av, we end the kinnis on a positive note. We focus on the rebuilding and the return, and that makes it very clear. So we make the most of the opportunity of these days to feel the pain and then get energized. Then we start hearing the music and know that better days are ahead. Someday, we will know that we were not crying, we were only laughing. Someday we will know that we were only dancing. One day it will be clear that we're all really deep down brothers and sisters. We'll celebrate together in a Beis HaMikdash, a feeling of full clarity, a feeling of connection. A circle of Yidden who once danced through the gas chambers and pogroms singing Animamim will be singing with a heart full of joy in Yerushalayim. We will celebrate the return of the stature of the great Jewish nation. Be'ezras Hashem, join that circle. Wishing you all a meaningful Tisha B'Av.